Hello everyone, this is Katie Colleen here. Welcome back, Colleen Clan, or if you are new, then come join the family. I'm gonna be getting into a cosplay today. So I commissioned a Maid Zakuro outfit from Tokyo Mew a little while ago, and I mean, it looks super cute. I've just never tried it on. I was thinking today I would finally get into this cosplay. I'm gonna do my makeup for you guys, and I figured while I'm doing the makeup, I would share with you guys my regrets. So all of these stories I'm gonna be telling you guys are from the 2019 to 2020 era of Colleen cosplay. Early YouTube era. First regret, putting cosplay accuracy over comfort. There were times that I would put myself in discomfort or even physical pain trying to be accurate, or in the name of accuracy. This could be wearing uncomfortable shoes, being way too hot, way too cold. Don't get me wrong, cosplay is always going to be more uncomfortable than regular clothes. It's kind of what comes with cosplay. I'm talking about like actually causing yourself pain. When you could have easily adjusted it. So I don't know if this was just a phase the cosplay community went through, or if I just don't notice it anymore, but I really feel like around like 2017, 2018 era CosTuber space, I would see people like bragging about what they went through for their cosplay. So I'd see people making videos like, I care so much about this cosplay and I love this character so much that I wrecked my feet in these heels. Like, and people would say it like it was a badge of honor. Okay, let me know in the comments if you also like observed this. Like, am I just going crazy? But I felt like it was an actual thing I saw like in the community around that era, like on the social media space. It looks so silly, okay? It looks silly. I need to go wet my egg thing. It's a blender, that's what they're called, blenders. So for me, let me see, I can give you examples. I'll give you examples for all of these just so you can fully understand. I cosplayed Felicia from Fire Emblem, and she has really cute shoes. You know I love shoes. So I made a pair of shoe covers for her. I think they're super cute. At the time with my disability, I couldn't really wear heels. But I was like, I'm gonna wear these anyways because they look cute. So I literally carried these shoes around con all day. Like, I just carried them in my hands. And then when it came to the contest, I put the shoes on and I still competed with these heels that I couldn't really safely walk in. But I just put myself in a lot of situations that were like unsafe or something, just because I was like, but this character, it doesn't wear a jacket. It's like, yeah, well, this character is also just a pile of pixels in a game, so they don't get cold when it's below freezing outside. Have you ever thought of that? No, Colleen had not thought of that. Next regret is kind of along the same vein as the first one, and that is not using proper mobility aids. Wow, I have a lot of videos kind of going through this, but I had some pretty intense internalized ableism. So that's when you're disabled, but you're so heavily influenced by like bad stereotypes that you think that, you know, you're a burden, you're not worthy because you're disabled, stuff like that. So I didn't want to use my mobility aids, even though I needed them, because this character doesn't use mobility aids, or, you know, I didn't want to use them in pictures. I was fine with the knee brace at con to some extent, but when I started using the crutches, I would hide them away when people asked for pictures, which, you know, that's like not always great, depending on if you can safely stand unassisted and how long you can do that for. I remember RadCon 2020 was the very last con I did on crutches, and every day I would go to the con on crutches. I would try and do my video thing, the YouTube thing, the Colleen cosplay thing, and my knees would swell up. I'd go home, I'd put an ice pack on each knee and lay down, and then the next day of con, I'd get up and do it again. my knees would swell up, I'd come home, I'd ice them, and dude, the pain flare was so bad. But I was so stubborn about not using the proper mobility aids because I was worried how people would perceive me. Would people point out that this character doesn't use mobility aids? Like, would they point out the inaccuracy of it? People did, but, you know, they're just rude. Whenever I think about, you know, where I was, where I wouldn't have my aids in photos, I just kind of, I mean, first of all, I feel sad for where I was and what I was going through. But also just, I wish I hadn't. Like, I look at my pictures now with my mobility aids and I'm like, yes, Queen Slay! And I just wish, like, literally anyone in this big wide world had told me, like, look, just use your aids, because I needed to, and I really, really pushed it. Let's move on to eyebrows and eyes. I think I want to do kind of an over-the-top sparkly look, not just because Zakuro's a magical girl, but also because we got a lot more regrets to go through. So I'm gonna need to do a pretty extravagant look to get through them all. This is the color of purple we're going for the eyebrows. So these next few regrets, they're really more about social media, but I do see a lot of cosplayers these days on social media. Better get ready for these stories, because there's something, let me tell you. Taking requests. Taking requests for tutorials or content or cosplay from absolute strangers on the internet. Wow, that sounds kind of wild and crazy and really silly. So I started this YouTube channel and I really wanted to be good at it. I think that's a very normal human thing to want. I wanted to be good at YouTube, and I clearly didn't know anything. So I didn't really know how to make good content, but I got to thinking maybe people would like my channel more if I did what they asked. It's exactly as I'm sure you've imagined it. Any random stranger on the internet could comment on any one of my YouTube videos, spend 10 seconds saying, would you do a tutorial of this outfit? And then I would, for real, go out, buy the materials myself with my own money, sew it, spending dozens of hours making this costume, dozens more hours filming and producing, and then I'd make the tutorial for them. Just because they asked, and I wanted so badly for people to like me. I was a real people pleaser. So my Tamari Genin outfit was actually a tutorial request. And I want to say some of my other Naruto ones, like maybe one of the bag tutorials or maybe the headband tutorial. And the icing on the cake was that for 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers on YouTube, which I thought was a lot, by the way. I was like, oh, Colleen, we've finally made it. 100 subscribers. So for 100 subscriber special, I decided I would let my subscribers choose any one Naruto cosplay, and I would make the complete costume from scratch and post it on YouTube in the form of tutorials. The video is still up. You can still see it to this day if you want. And if you look at the comments, you'll notice that really none of the suggestions are Naruto cosplays. So these people that I was putting so much effort in to please, not only did they not read the title, not look at the thumbnail, not read the description, they didn't even watch the video. And they just threw out the most random suggestions that had nothing to do with what I was asking. And it broke my little 100 subscriber heart. Which brings me to my next regret. Around the same time, I also would answer comments from basically anyone, answer messages from basically anyone, because I had so little movement on my YouTube channel. And so if anyone took notice in me, I wanted to, you know, answer the comment respectfully, you know. There's nothing wrong with wanting to answer comments or answer messages or get to know people who enjoy your content. Honestly, that's one of the most enjoyable things about being a YouTube, is talking to all of you guys. The problem arises when there are malicious people online who specifically target smaller creators because they know you're more likely to respond and give them attention. So we're gonna go into a little bit of internet safety here. You don't have to answer comments. You don't have to answer messages. If you got the bad vibes, if someone's giving you the icky feelings, use that block button. Delete it, block them. Thankfully, I didn't start my YouTube channel until I was 21, so I was at least old enough to not let it get too bad. Like, I was old enough to know not to give out like my location or my name or anything that could be used against me. It just got uncomfortable. I still ended up in some pretty sticky situations because I would talk to anyone, because I was just so grateful that anyone took notice. And there are people out there who will seek you out just because they know that smaller creators are going to be more willing to answer comments. They know smaller creators are going to be grateful for them subscribing, and they're malicious. They're bad people. So just really, really be careful. Keep your guard up. And if something doesn't feel right, block, okay? Block them. I'm thinking like a cute little cut crease moment, because I really piled on the purple eyeshadow and it looked like a bruise, but I'm hoping if we put enough sparkle on it, it won't look as bad. Next regret. This one I think is the one I may be most embarrassed about. I mean, the other ones, like, at least I can kind of look back on it and be like, well, I didn't really know any better. A lot of glitter. Oh, wow. Wow. The thing with this next regret is it's something I definitely did into 2020. And at that time, I feel like I really knew better. And I knew it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna be a great idea. But I just did it anyways. Trend chasing. So this is following trends because you think you will get some sort of internet clout out of it. You'll get some views, hopping on the bandwagon. Now, if something is popular and you truly like it, there's nothing wrong with cosplaying that character or doing a cosplay like that. What I'm talking about specifically is when something's trending, something's popular, and you don't really care for it, but you do that cosplay anyways, make that content anyways, specifically because you think it's going to get views. So I just, I was already 2 years into YouTube. I only had like 200 to 300 subscribers to show for it. Sure, I was getting better. I'd definitely been learning from my mistakes. I'd been learning how to do video better, but my content overall was still lacking, and I was getting pretty frustrated. And I decided I would concoct a video that would bring the masses to my channel. So the video I'm going to be talking about is my Bob Ross Elsa videos. I did like a few of them. The time was early 2020. This was before the pandemic and I really had time to think about what I was doing. So at this time, Frozen 2 had just come out and it was pretty popular. Personally, I like Frozen better than Frozen 2, but it had just come out. People were liking it. I also got a new dress. At the same time that Frozen 2 had come out, there was a big trend on YouTube with Bob Ross tutorials. It'd be like Bob Ross tutorial on my bedroom wall, Bob Ross tutorial on my face with makeup, Bob Ross tutorial on my cake. Everyone was doing this Bob Ross tutorial trend. So me, with my infinite YouTube analytics wisdom, was like, what if I took Frozen 2 and the Bob Ross tutorial trend and just put them together? Now, I'm not a huge Disney princess fan. The only Disney cosplay I've done so far has been my Elsa. Obviously, Bob Ross is amazing, but I also hadn't watched a whole lot of his painting videos either. So I was already coming into this video idea as a complete fraud. And obviously I didn't really want to make this video. I was just doing it for views. Therein lies the problem and my regret. And another regret I would have is if I did this eyeliner on camera. So I'm gonna do this eyeliner with the mirror and I'll get back to you. Eyeliner is done. On with the story. I came up with the idea to paint a Bob Ross tutorial on my Elsa cosplay. And I went off of the Northern Lights tutorials from Bob Ross. And I made an Elsa cosplay with Northern Lights painted on both sides. And it wasn't a bad video idea, but something I realized after doing YouTube a bit longer and thinking about it was that there's a very human element to doing YouTube, because it turns out it's humans that are watching my videos, not the algorithm. I mean, the algorithm's always watching, but it's humans that are, you know, watching my videos. The thing is, I think you guys are pretty smart. Yeah, it's okay, you can accept the compliment. I think you're pretty smart, and that most people watching YouTube videos these days can figure out if the creator's not really into it. The thing with painting is you can't really just leave it. I had to paint the whole skirt in a night because I couldn't just leave it because the colors wouldn't mix, the paint would be dry. So I recorded one side of the skirt in one night and the other side in another night. And I was super tired. It was at the end of the day. There was no light outside, so all the lighting was bad. And I filmed these videos and I did a 2-part series, one for the front of the dress and the other for the back. And I posted the first video and it flopped. It flopped hard. And this year I've been really trying to just cosplay what I want to cosplay. I was actually scared posting my Winx Club videos because Winx is a very old series. It's from early 2000s. It's not very popular right now. And so I was really worried that people would just unfollow me or something when I started posting Winx Club. I'm trying to be better about cosplaying what I want instead of what I think will do well. So, you know, I was gonna put fake eyelashes on this, but I think it's intense enough. Anyways, I think it is time for us to get into this Mew Zakuro cosplay. The cosplay was commissioned from Ellie Eberts. So we did our big Tokyo Mew Mew collab, and I saw she was taking commissions for the Mew Maid outfits. They really cranked those out. They made a lot of outfits for the collab. But Ellie specifically was taking commissions for the Mew Maid outfits. That's where this outfit came from. So, usual disclaimer, when I commission something, I didn't make any of this at all. Please do not ask me for tutorials. I didn't make it. However, conveniently, Ellie has tutorials on her channel. She is the Mew Mew tutorial queen. Please check out her channel if you want to know how to make these things, but I did not make them. I just gave her money and she made it and it looks amazing. I think this costume is super cute. It is taking a bit to contain it in my wheelchair. Big skirt, but it's cute. Also, did you see Walter's matching costume? Got a cute little bow. I really want to wear this again somewhere not in my house, but it will do for a little cos test to try out this costume. I think she's adorable. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.